Ndiiche is an Igbo word that directly translates to abnormal. Obviously, the brand was inspired by sustainability, um, ethical practices, of course, providing pieces for plus size people, and providing unique pieces that plus size people can wear. There's still so
There's
much to
still so much to
explore.
do.
Yeah,
First.
do what you can with what you have,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Do what you can with what you have right now.
It is going to happen. Listen to me well. Listen to me. It's going to one of these days.
Hi everyone. My name is Alexandra. Hi everyone. My name is Alexandra. I am from what do you say from? Do you mean states?
Yes, wait,
Okay, I
yeah.
am from Enugu States, Nigeria. And I am a multidisciplinary creative.
So which is or was your favorite fashion era and why?
Do you mean personal?
Yeah, personal. Yes,
Personally.
personal.
Honestly, I don't think I've gotten there yet.
Ah, okay.
I
Okay.
think there's still so much to explore. Yeah.
First.
I don't think I've gotten there yet. And of course, my style is evolving. It's evolving every day. So, yeah, let's just keep waiting for that.
For that to happen, okay.
Yeah.
When that happens, we'll notify you.
Period.
Okay, so so let's go back to your childhood, right?
Okay.
Where did you grow up? How was your childhood like?
I grew up here in Abuja.
Oh, okay. So you're an
I've
Abuja
lived,
babe.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Abuja, babe, true and true. I've been living here since I was 2 with my family. Growing up, I think was fun, easy. When now that you're older, I feel like
You
when we're
reflect.
when we're children, we always think, oh,
I have the worst
exactly,
life.
exactly. But now that you're grown and you see that, okay, you really had it
Yeah,
was nice. It
yeah.
was easy. So I think growing up was easy for me. I attended too many boarding schools, so I wasn't home a lot.
What do you mean too many?
So many, like from
What did you do?
like from let's say just one. I was in boarding school, just two boarding school, just three. I think boarding, yes. The SS1 was the only time I was in day,
Day.
and then I went back SS2 and SS3. So
Fair.
my secondary school was still like with like 4 or 5 different schools, but it was all women schools. And
Fair.
yeah, so I think my childhood was okay. It was good. My parents are amazing. They did their best. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's nice. What do you think is an unlikely event that happened to you that kind of shaped you in a way?
Discovering I was queer. I think that is still to today the turning point in my life. Everything from my creativity to shaping my beliefs, the way I view the world, the way I
Yeah.
judge people, being queer changed everything. So I think that's a very unlikely moment for me.
That's okay. That's interesting. Okay. Let's talk about Ndiiche. Please tell me I'm pronouncing that right.
Yes.
Okay, Ndiiche. Okay.
Okay, so Ndiiche is an Igbo word that directly translates to abnormal, right?
Ah.
Abnormal, different, queer, unique, all the words, right? But when you really bring out the words from it, like
Yeah.
Ndi is them people,
People, yeah.
Iche is different, so it means to be
Different
different,
people.
different people, or to be
First, first,
different,
that
the
makes
act of
sense.
being different, right?
Yeah.
And people often confuse it with Ndiiche.
Yeah, that's also what I wanted to
Yeah, so
ask.
Ndiiche is
Yeah.
chief, right?
Yeah.
Ichie,
Yeah.
chieftaincy title, so they're
Yeah.
two different things.
Yeah.
Notes.
Your creative direction in a sense is different, right? So I went to your Instagram and then all your shoots are not, because I went on like a long-winded rant on my WhatsApp how people just be doing studio pictures and be calling it a day, right? But your creative direction is different. You're not doing studio pictures, you're doing out of the box, you're going outside, you're doing outdoorsy things, right? So what inspires that creative direction?
I think like you said, people like to do studio and call it a day,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I personally hate studio shoots.
Same.
You will never see me
Same. Yeah.
going to the studio except for once in a while.
Yeah.
You understand? Except maybe I'm working with other people and it's to be expected or it can be changed.
Yeah.
But for me, I would say I am more inspired by my environment. I feel like the environment plays a big role when it comes to the way the shoot comes out, the stories that I'm trying to tell behind the shoot. So
yeah.
I'm always looking for my next location because it's just the best, right, for me.
All right. Okay, tell us about I guess the evolution of Ndiiche. So the different like pieces and all of that.
Okay, so Ndiiche started just last year actually.
Okay, Anna, well
In
done.
April.
Yeah.
And obviously the brand was inspired by sustainability, ethical practices, of course, providing pieces for plus size people and providing unique pieces that plus size people can wear, and also providing pieces for queer people, right? So
Yeah.
it's just an infusion of all of that that's now inspired by my Igbo tradition. Very usually inspired by my Igbo tradition.
Yeah.
So started last year, started with the the collection Dinobi, which is in my heart, right? Just three pieces, da was nice and all. Drop another collection. Now no, which was a
Yeah.
bigger collection, which I regret now
Why?
because it's just like moving too fast and not
Okay.
waiting for the brand to catch up, right? It was just my excitement. But it's fine. Um dropped the next collection was Nkedinkpa, which dropped earlier this year, which is this piece is not from
This.
it, but
Okay.
with Nkedinkpa I explored this Adire batik printing of Ndiiche on different colors of fabric. So it was really nice. And yeah, there was a swimwear collection in April.
Yeah, so that's
And and recently we just dropped the Nkedinkpa Redefined. So adding a few more pieces to the Nkedinkpa collection.
yeah.
And that's the evolution so far.
That makes sense. That makes I think that makes me want to ask like what your creative process is like.
I feel like with creative process, it's never the same for
True,
me,
Sha. True, Sha.
right? Is always okay. Is I'm getting inspired by people sometimes. I'm getting inspired by their stories, how they portray themselves, or maybe something about them that I've noticed that I really want to explore.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could also be getting inspired by my environment, right? Like maybe I come to this place and I really love this place, and I
Yeah.
imagine, okay, a shoot. Like for now, I came in and I saw the CBD
Needs
sigils
to be
on the
on the
wall,
wall,
and I
yeah.
was very, very intrigued. Like, okay, who did this? Why did
Yeah.
they do it? You know, like what would a shoot look like there?
Yeah.
I could also get inspired by clothing, you know. I could get inspired by other people's work as well. So I feel like every single time the creative direction, the process is always a bit different.
Yeah.
But the only similar thing is that when I find what is inspiring to me and something I want to document,
Yeah.
I just go ahead and
And do it.
look for maybe other ideas that kind of look like what I want to imagine, and then create a mood board,
Fair,
then go
fair.
to like models, clothing, and just that same process, you know, every time.
That makes sense. Okay. So your what's it called? your username across all platforms
Mm.
is that, well, most platforms is Diary of a Fatshionista,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's talk about what that means and
Mm-hmm.
when like you decide to embrace it
Okay.
essentially.
I think I've been there fashionista for since 2019, I
Yeah,
think.
so a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, right? And I remember trying to come up with a name that I really liked. I didn't want to use my name,
Yeah.
which now I probably should have, but in a way it saved me because now I can have my photography page, Alexandra, my name,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But Daryl Fashionista came about as I needed to be able to encapsulate everything that I do into one,
One, yeah.
right? And it was just like, okay, this is my visual diary. So
Mm,
you're coming to see my life, you're
yeah,
seeing things I do, the clothes I wear. I
yeah,
think that was just the best way to describe it. And a fashionista, of course, I'm
yeah.
a fashionista, but that twist of saying fatshionista,
Shonista,
like a
yeah,
plus size girl
yeah,
and all of that. So I think
yeah.
that's how it came to me.
Okay, that makes sense. So that means not even that means you're obviously on your socials and everywhere vocal about like body positivity
Yes,
and
very
all of
much
that.
so.
So was that always you, or is there like a time that you were like, okay, I'm actually going to do this?
I think it was always just me. I think even without knowing, even before starting like creating on Instagram, I've always been vocal about, plus size
Yeah,
people, body
yeah,
positivity,
yeah.
advocating for them and all of that. So even without knowing, I've been doing that. So now that I know, I'm even doing it more,
More,
right?
yeah. You opened for Oshobo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah.
Oshobo. Well done. When I saw that picture, I was like, yes, pepper them.
Yeah.
So yes, and that came after your. I don't want to say controversial. What's this other word? Sorry, my English is failing me, sha. But so let's use controversial. That came after your highly controversial GTco casting video.
Hi GTco, my name is Alexandra Obochi. I am 176 centimeters tall, based in Abuja, Nigeria, and this is my entry for GTco Fashion Week.
I'm thinking of how to frame this question right. Actually, the fashion industry has evolved through the years in terms of like body positivity and all of that. And what do you think is like the next steps or what's the gaps? Yeah, the gaps essentially.
I think there's still a huge gap going by just the reactions to
To the
my
video
video,
self,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So going by just the reactions, you can see that there is still such people still have this flawed mindset of that fat people are not meant to exist in spaces, the same spaces that slim people do,
yeah.
or they're not meant to do things that slim, or there are some things that are meant for slim
For slim
people,
people, yeah.
right? And that is not only putting everybody in a box, you're killing people's dreams, you are excluding people on purpose, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many other things that harms that it could cause. But so the fashion industry, I don't think that it has evolved much. I do love that these days a lot of brands are picking up, going back to their roots,
Yes.
and reconnecting with the old ways when it
Yeah.
comes to like fashion, fabrics, and all of that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like inclusivity,
Inclusivity.
right, a lot of people are still behind. There are some brands that are really trying though, and the only thing we can continue to do is make sure that we are showing up,
Yeah.
right? That I'm showing up for myself, I'm showing up for all the plus size girlies who believe in me, who tell
Yeah.
me every day that they are inspired by what I do, and just showing up as my most authentic self, hoping that it will inspire more people, right?
Yeah.
And as for the fashion industry, honestly, change the thing is that the fashion industry never stays the
The
same,
same. Yeah, that's
right?
true.
It changes every day. So I believe that the more we advocate, the more we speak about it, the more it will enter people's head and they will eventually, catch up.
Part of being like a content creator is obviously putting yourself out there. So whether you like it or not, people are going to have an
Yes.
opinion about your body, blah 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 blah. So but apart from that, right? What has been like maybe your most rewarding experience from being like a content creator or an influencer?
Honestly, I'm just gonna say the same answer I gave to the other question. I don't think it has come yet,
Yes, fair,
right?
fair.
I think that I'm still in the early stages of my career. Although
Yeah,
I've been doing this for a long time,
yeah.
because I've been a creative since like 2017, 2018 when I started with makeup. As I was a
Yeah.
professional makeup artist doing creative direction even before starting photography.
Yeah.
So I still think there's still so much to be done. I think that there have been highlights, right, as a creative,
Yeah.
even working for GTco. Um, what other highlights again?
I'm dead.
The money is not reflecting in my account yet. When it's not reflecting, I'll tell you
Just
that
saying
that's the
money.
highlight.
I'm
For
dead.
real. And I don't know, maybe it's a wrong way of thinking, but for me, it has always been okay. As much as I love doing this thing, is it paying
It
my
has to pay,
bills?
yeah. Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
And it's trying, but it could try harder. Right. So let's keep waiting.
For what?
Let,
Put your back into
let's keep
it.
waiting.
I no try. I no try. I beg when I talk. If I no try, when I talk now, when I don't say, I try, but I no try.
Okay. Okay. So I think you've just also mentioned that you are like a photographer, you are a creative director. You do a lot of things around creativity, advocacy.
Yeah.
You're just, like you said, a
Multidisciplinary creative.
disciplinary creative.
Yeah.
So how do you balance, I think, all of that? And most importantly, how do you know which ones to like spotlight at which times? Because I know that okay, in like this recent fashion week event, it was like your fashion self, your modeling self, and then there's
Yes.
like your photography self, and then there's like your so how do you know which ones to spotlight at what times?
Honestly, your girl is just taking it one day at a time. Like
Just winging it.
winging it for real because this shit is not easy. But I think really just taking it one day at a time. So a lot of
Yeah.
people struggle with how to balance, and I think that just even thinking of how to balance it in itself is causing more problems,
True,
more
sure.
harms than
True.
good. Because I know that I went through that phase of God, I want to do all these things. But people say I should
Yeah.
not do all these
Find
things.
one and
People
do.
say I should
Yeah.
niche down. People say,
Yeah.
okay, do this one, do that one,
Yeah.
leave this other one. But I
Yeah.
want to do all of them. And I
Yeah.
don't think it's impossible, right? I think just taking it one day at a time is the best. So if today you're creating content, you're shooting today, then I'm a content creator for today, right? And if tomorrow I have a photo shoot, I'm a
Yeah,
photographer tomorrow.
photographer. Makes sense.
So like, and then sharing it online, trying to post every day on different
Platforms.
platforms, not
Yeah.
only different platforms,
I
but
know this.
different pages on different
I know the
platforms.
story.
So yeah, it's just really the days that I'm able to do all I do, the days I'm not, I give it a rest
Yeah.
because you really cannot divide yourself like that. So
Okay, I think from that I just wanna ask, how do you like stay kind to yourself essentially and not like beat yourself up too much?
honestly, I don't know if I have an answer for that.
Are you staying kind to yourself? I think that should be the first question
I've
answer.
not figured the hack, but I think that one thing that I've learned is that if it doesn't work, you can always try again.
True. Yeah.
Right. If
Yeah.
it doesn't work, there's if this method is not working, if this
Try
path you're
something else.
taking is not working, step back and try another path or just give it time.
Yeah.
What is meant for you will find you eventually. And that's one of the things that I really believe in.
What parts of your life are you loving right now?
Mm, what part of my life?
Yeah.
Well, I'm loving that I actually can be a creative and it used to seem very bleak before, right? It used
Yeah.
to seem like, oh, when will I ever get
Get
to
into
this
it.
like
Yeah.
then there's so many people that I started before that started
Mm.
with me and they're doing so much better, or it looks like they're doing so much better
Yeah.
because Instagram is not real life.
Real.
So it's just really, what was the question again? I think I lost my train of
What,
thought.
what parts of your life
Oh
are you
yeah,
loving
loving.
right
Okay, so
now?
yeah, so I'm loving that I can be a creative and I can express myself in so many different forms, and my art can manifest in so many different forms. I really love that. Um, I'm loving my progress so far. I think I can also say that, right? Um, yeah, I'm loving that people can recognize me on the road
I'm like,
now. Yeah, so it is weird, but I love it because I've been putting the work,
Yeah,
right?
you deserve
So
it.
I'm not even trying to be humble, and I've been working.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means to post
Every day.
every day for a year? Let's say 365 posts a year on different pages.
It's not easy.
No, so
It's not easy.
yeah, I feel like I've worked very hard,
Yeah,
and
you have.
of course I'm working harder, and we'll definitely get there.
All right, no problem.
Thank
Well
you.
done, well done. Okay, so what would you say your journey so far has taught you about yourself?
Mm, it's taught me that I can really be resilient. That as much as we like to say we need people, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes really all you need is yourself, right? Once you believe that you can do it, you actually can.
Yeah.
It has taught me also to be kind to myself. I think that's
Yeah.
so important as well. We kind of forget that sometimes to be kind, but
Yeah.
it's really important,
Yeah.
especially for your journey, especially as a creative in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, real.
Because we don't have it easy.
Yeah.
Yes. So everything is literally all the forces are against you.
Yeah.
Both your village people, both Nigerian government, both
the weather,
like
the network.
do you understand? Like the weather, the network.
Oh my
Everything is literally against you.
Real.
So you just have to take it easy. Like
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
just relax.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So those are some things that my journey has definitely taught me.
Okay. What's your favorite African proverb?
Wow.
It can be your language. We'll translate it.
I actually don't have one. That is so crazy.
Owner of Ndiiche does not have pest.
Don't worry, I'll go.
This is
Wow.
scandalous.
It's scandalous. Oh. Wow.
No problem. When you find it,
Proverb. I don't even know that many proverbs, to be honest.
that's your personal assignment from Care.
Honestly,
Find
I would take it.
proverbs. Find proverbs.
That it's really an assignment.
What's your go-to outfit for like a relaxed, a chilled day? What you're wearing said.
Ndiiche.
Yeah.
Just chill, relaxed, in any
Yeah.
vibrant color.
Young creatives, maybe young plus size creatives that are looking into getting into the creative industry, maybe filmmaking or photography or modeling or whatever. Just like give them some tips, some advice, some nuggets.
I would say
Yeah.
practice. So even if you want to be a content creator, you want to be a filmmaker, photographer, you have to actually practice
Yeah.
and do it before you call yourself. You
Creative.
understand? So as sometimes there's so many things that can be limiting to us, especially as Nigerians.
Yeah.
Things like gadgets and all of that. So
Yeah.
do what you can with what you have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do what you can with what you have right now. Eventually every other thing will come
Figure it
in
out,
its
yeah.
time, right? So another thing is don't listen to the naysayers. I know it's so easy.
Yeah.
It is so easy to listen to what everybody has to say, but try and silence the noise outside and really like reflect. What do you want? How do you want to do it? Before you start listening to other people.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to be your biggest cheerleader like
Like
yourself.
yourself.
So sometimes acknowledge that and actually fight for yourself.
Yeah. You could style anybody in this world.
Wow. I don't want to call one celebrity. That's so cliche.
I'm dead.
That's so cliche. I want to pick one random ass person.
Wow, no.
Oh, let me say you. Because it would be nice.
It is going to happen. Listen to me well. Listen to me. One of these days, I'm going to pop out with an Ndiiche outfit to shock all of you. Anyways, we've come to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for being here.
pleasure.
I'm going to report myself. I kept her waiting small.
It's fine.
But she's still very gracious. Still very So thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye guys. Bye.